Hello and welcome back to our Ironteeth Meander playthrough. Welcome to my channel, Meandrous Plays. I'm Meandrous. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. Last time we did have a few viewer comments and suggestions, and we're going to take care of those. One of those was that if we put a staircase over here, we can extend the range of our farmhouses. So we'll probably just put a staircase right in front of this warehouse. And we can move that warehouse over there. And then we can continue building that. Let's see, I think we also had a suggestion to build a small tank over here to reduce the travel time of our beavers for this fluid dump. And I also think that's an excellent idea. So we're going to do that. Other suggestion is we could get rid of this number cruncher. I mean, the engine for the number cruncher and put a large water wheel in here. But because that the water wheel won't be spinning during a drought and our droughts are long, we're probably going to skip that for now. It is a good idea. Later on, that bad water source is going to be one of the primary ways we have power as Ironteeth. So we'll set up a more permanent bad water power grid there. We're waiting on metal blocks and planks. Each one of these tube weights costs a metal block and a plank. We have enough gears at the moment. I think let's just put in a second beaver in the industrial lumber mill. That should help. And we're having a little bit of bad water spill over here. I would really like to avoid that because the beavers walk on that. And I don't want them to get contaminated. So let's see how we can address that. One way would be we could just open up these levees here, delete some of this, but that would cut off power. I'd rather not have to do that. Maybe I can delete this one. Oh, let's see. Let me think. Well, right now we're creating enough power that we don't need the engine on. Let's turn that off. Pause it. Yeah, it keeps surging up here. The total flow, it's enough. The 3 is enough to handle it, but there are some surges that go over occasionally, and our beavers are walking on these platforms, so I kind of want to nip this in the bud. If we had dynamite, we could blow up some of this terrain here. Let's see. You know what? We could just delete it over here. And yeah, let's actually delete that. And instead of trying to rebuild a platform, let's just build another water wheel here. Yeah. There we go. That will connect the power. We'll set that at high priority, get that done quick, and go from there. All right, so hopefully none of them get contaminated while they're building this. I think just deleting that really relieved the pressure, so that should be taken care of. This way, with that additional water wheel, we're not sacrificing too much power by opening up more water and unrestricting the flow. Let's pump some more water. We are waiting on planks. That makes sense because a lot of our planks are going into the tube ways. Okay. Let's see. Can we spare any labor anywhere? Okay, so this kohlrabi was harvested not too long ago. They only take 3 days to grow, so it's only been available for a day. I'll go ahead and clear that for planting. Empty this warehouse. Actually, it'll just drop the goods right there and they can pick it up and move it. If it was water, I'd want to empty it so it doesn't spill. Yeah, let's just go ahead and put this back to soybeans and supply. Good. All right. So we definitely need more metal blocks. We need a path here for the warehouse. Trying to decide where we can spare some labor. Don't really want to take too much out of the hauling post at the moment, but we are short 8 jobs. Our population is increasing with our 3 breeding pods, so that will help with the labor. Let's pause the gear workshop. We do have all the gears we currently need for our current projects. Maybe we can build up some of our plank storage. Okay, we're already pumping over here, so maybe we don't need all of these pumps going. Let's see. We can pause those again. And that should be fine to keep pumping. Okay, we got a drought approaching. Tubeways still aren't done. Kind of metal blocks are still our limiting factor here. Trying to decide if we should build another breeding pod to increase our population growth. We have plenty of food and plenty of water. It might be time to build another breeding pod. I'm not sure if you can put a breeding pod underneath a platform, but it looks like that doesn't matter here because we already have this medical bed. So I was thinking about putting one there. Let's go ahead and put it. This spot should be fine for now. And yeah, make sure that large water tank is set to obtain. We got a lot of oaks over here waiting to be harvested. We're definitely going to need that wood in the future. We're not doing a whole lot of building projects at the moment. I think one of our priorities for this drought is going to be, instead of trying to raise up the reservoir, we are going to try to just pump a lot of water into our tanks. And that'll be our method to survive a potentially long drought here, so we don't have to pump as much during the drought. Can we raise this up? No. We knocked that down last time for a reason. It kept flooding. Let's not do that. Let's see. Yeah, instead of trying to build that up, like I said, let's try to get more water pumped and stored up in this large tank that we just got completed. That stores 3 times as much as our, 4 times as much as our medium tanks. Still waiting on metal blocks. We have all the scrap we need for that. Oh, but we don't have a worker in here. Okay, maybe we don't need all of these pumps going. Pause some of those and hopefully we can get something back in the smelter then. We also have plenty of fermented cassavas. Our storage is full. Let's just pause that for now. We have decent amount of fermented soybeans. Let's see. 110. Yeah, let's pause it for now. Why are the haulers not bringing the water here? Let's just prioritize that. I want to get more kits being born so that we can fix these labor shortages as soon as possible. We're not doing a lot of building projects, so let's pause the builder's hut. It's not the builders themselves that's holding us back, it's the resource production. So now our 3 unemployed beavers, 2 of them are in these inventor huts, and another is, looks like, oh, that gather's paused. Inventor huts. It's a lumberjack flag. Which lumberjack flag? Okay, so that one doesn't have a worker, but we don't have the storage for those logs anyway, so not a huge deal. All right, so drought has started. It is a 22-day drought. That's pretty long. Like I said, we were trying to pump a lot to have it in the tanks. We're going to pump from over here. That way, this doesn't take any of our irrigation. Off to the side here was all bonus water from, it was like a happy side effect from keeping the bad water away from our mangroves. Since we don't have the water wheel spinning anymore, we got to turn this engine back on. Really, we should maybe consider a second engine at some point. So they can't reach those logs. Oh well. Number crunching. Truncture is crunchy numbers. And is this ready? Okay, so that kohlrabi is clear. We can go ahead and put that stairs there. Still waiting on metal blocks. We really should consider maybe building another smelter. It's just tough when we have these workforce issues already. Planks are starting to catch up. So that's good. That is helpful too. Let's see. 21-day drought. It is nice that with the drought we still have all that. We have all this bonus water here to pump out of that won't affect our irrigation at all. We have lots of bad water stored up. Let's see, where can we put this? Let's go ahead and unlock an explosive factory. I do want to start using that bad water to start terraforming the map. So we'll unlock dynamite as well. And where can we fit this? So if we put it there, and then we'll need the path, there won't be a good place for us to put a power shaft. So this is actually kind of too long to get a power shaft also through, because I want to build a power shaft through there so that we can expand this industrial district a little bit. Explosive factory is just a little bit too long for that. So putting it there will be fine. Maybe a two-way station. Power does flow through there. Okay, there's not really a good entrance for a two-way station over here. It is important to remember that power can flow through those two-way stations, though. Well, we're kind of short on planks, and this is a shorter building that will allow us to get a power shaft through there. So let's just at least mark that down. We don't need to actually build it quite yet necessarily. If they do, they do. And then we can build this power shaft over here and get our explosive factory going. We put it up here next to that path we already have. We just need one more shaft. Is that kind of looks like a vertical shaft? No, okay, it is just one of the 90-degree turns. So that's fine. We're gonna pause this industrial lumber mill. We built it, but with our labor shortages, I would rather not spend 2 more beavers there. It's actually, should we take one out of the haulers? Fermented soybeans are down. Let's try to turn that back on. Oh, no beavers to go in there right now. We need to keep the scrap flag going because we still need scrap to build the metal blocks that we're short on. So let's take a hauler out. And the only 2 empty jobs are these inventor huts, which are really just for excess labor to begin with. There are a lot of oaks here to be harvested. It's nice having all this extra water back here, but it is a lot of extra surface area, so let's try to condense it into our reservoir if we can some. I think that'll be handy to minimize some evaporation. Let's see. Even at 0.1, not a lot is flowing. We just want to get some of that excess water concentrated into our deeper reservoir. Okay. We might even be able to lower that more. Okay, the sluices are closed. Ah, these two water pumps aren't doing anything anymore. That water's gone. This is just a dam, not a sluice, so we can't manually make water go back there. Okay, so we can. It would be nice if we could have one of these a sluice. Might be something to consider in the future. Let's pause these water pumps. They're not doing anything, and we'll start pumping water from over here instead. I'm going to try to pump that water so that those sluices open in our reservoir so that we can concentrate the water in the deeper reservoir. Kind of tone down that evaporation some. We do have plenty of planks. Yeah, it's just the metal blocks that we're slow on. Okay, that stairs is done. We have all the reach over here. Good. Glad to see it. We are running out of fermented cassavas. Let's start fermenting some of those again too. All right, doing good. We have so few projects. Let's take a builder out of the district center. Yeah, we got all these trees. And that water's not really moving there, even with all that pumping. Let's see. Two-by is almost finished. The explosive factory even needs more metal blocks. Okay. We now have... We don't need that inventor hut spinning at the moment, so maybe we put... Where do we put this inventor instead? Could pump water, but we have a decent amount stored up. Let's see. Let's just pump more of it. The water doesn't evaporate when it's in the tanks. Is there anything else we can do while we're waiting for our metal blocks to come in? Just start expanding this. We're gonna want more bad water storage over here for the explosive factory. And that'll definitely work. Or yeah, this should work. That keeps it nice and close to that explosive factory. Let's move it back over here actually, because I want to leave some of that available if we want to build more industrial buildings over there. So we'll set this to bad water and obtain, and they'll move it from the one closer to the bad water pump. Scrap gatherer is still going. Talus? Thought I said tails at first, which would have been pretty appropriate for a beaver name. We still have a little water here. Again, any of that water that we can get stored in that little corner will be very valuable. It's not affecting our irrigation at all. Got plenty of berries. It's good to check on the berries every now and then. You don't want to get to the point where you have so many breeding pods that you're using up your berries faster than they can grow. I am thinking we want to try to boost our wellness some. And I think a good way to do that would be these swimming pools. Let's see. All we would need is... We need double platforms. We need to unlock them at some point anyway. We have the science. No problem there. Swimming pool. And is there enough room for... There should be enough room for another one. Yeah, let's just put 2 in here right away. Perfect. It's almost like it was planned. Calculated. Or maybe it was a happy accident. Yeah, probably that. Soybeans, we don't have a lot of canola oil, but we don't need a whole lot compared to our soybean production at the moment. I really don't want to take more out of the district center. We need at least 2 builders around. We really should consider another smelter. Only problem with another smelter is it's gonna increase our power demands, and we're already not fully powering everything as is without the water wheel spinning. So we should consider another engine, really. I'd be glad once we get rid of the dependence on the engines, but until we can have Badwater flow 24/7, there's not a whole lot of options for Ironteeth. Now, I want to build more tubeways throughout the area, but they are going to require more metal blocks, which we're currently still struggling with. Tubeways are definitely more expensive than zip lines. Zip lines are definitely easier to set up, but tubeways give you a lot more flexibility in the long run. And the base speed on tubeways is just faster than zip lines as well. So yeah, let's see. I think some of it's just kind of waiting for this drought to be over. We have our water storage is almost full, and we still haven't even dumped out all of that water. Okay, this is open at least. A lot of that's still just going to be evaporated. We did take off some that was up here, so it was over a block high at one point. We're almost halfway through this drought. We have a decent amount of water stored up. It's hard to build this a lot higher until we build up the area behind it too without causing flooding. Okay, got one swimming pool built. Let's see. What else could we do? Might be time to consider building, more houses. These row houses, maybe they could fit there, or even these large row houses. They're really tall and add a lot of flexibility. But they're so tall they're hard to build stuff on top of sometimes. Even the door is still on ground level. But I think if we build it here, you'll get most of those aesthetic bonuses. We only have 2 free beds, so I think getting more housing preemptively, it would be a good idea. Let's see. Breeding pods are going good. We're keeping up with our injuries, so that's good. We are still using up every single metal block the second we get it. At least we are done with our tubeway over to our crops. That is good news. Lots of mangroves. Also a good problem to have. Let's see. Can we put... I'd like to get more builders. It's just tough right now. Soybeans. We have plenty of soybeans. Plenty of fermented cassavas. See, we're full on storage on fermented cassavas, fermented soybeans, and I guess not quite kohlrabi, but those two. We should build some more food storage, really. Let's see. We could put another one up here. If we wanted to go 3 high, we would have to figure out a staircase system. And because we're not playing with ladders this playthrough. And while I understand the concept of stairs, I am a poor architect sometimes. I think, yeah, let's just put a platform here and build more storage. Just another one on the second level. Medium warehouse. Perfect. And a path. So this could be fermented cassavas. We have so many raw cassavas that aren't being used right now because we don't have the storage. I would like to condense these two medium tanks, empty them, and we could put a large tank there. That'll hold 1,200 compared to the 600 that these two medium tanks hold, and take up less space. I like how it would line up nicely with those warehouses. So let's, yep, right there will be nice. Let's go ahead and set these to empty. All right. So, I can delete that one. Get some of those gears back. We are short on gears. We gotta wait for this one to empty, though. We don't quite have the storage to put that additional water at the moment. So we just might need to wait for our beavers to drink some. Not a big deal. 10 free beds. Hey, we're being proactive for once. We have free beds for the beavers. They still haven't gotten over to build any of these platforms by the engine. Let's see. No sense having this water pump going because there's no water left. After that two-way was complete, the travel distance to that area cut almost in half. Would be nice to get these large warehouses. They hold so much more than the medium warehouses. 80 planks is a lot, but we're doing okay on planks at the moment. Where to put this? Oh, this will work for now. That could be for, let's see, fermented soybeans? Question mark? It's a lot of fermented soybeans, but that should work. Oh, well, no wonder they're not building these platforms yet. I don't have access to them with the stairs. I'm sure somebody noticed that long before me. And we need an engine right here. This will be kind of an inconvenient place for the haulers to deliver the wood. Might be a good spot for a two-way station. Only problem is be a little bit difficult to create a path over to the other ones. And we don't have the metal still. I'm kind of putting a pin in that idea. I do want a two-way station closer to our industrial sector. So I'm going to build those platforms at least. Let's see. We need a warehouse for the explosives. There we go. Perfect. We're creating explosives. Now we can start using them to deepen this reservoir. It kind of sucks we didn't get it going before to help us concentrate the water a little earlier, but so be it. Let's see. Wonder if it's going to be time for bridges soon. Oh, water's not deep enough for our swimming pools. Okay. I see. So a lot of this is evaporated / been pumped out. And we only have one layer deep of sluices. So if we wanted to be able to automate the water to flow higher than that one block level to keep these swimming pools active, we're gonna need to put more sluices up here. Somewhere here. Because even if we bring this to the highest depth possible, it's not gonna have these swimming pools active. Okay, with the surge, it will because it's actually at 1.31, but this is close, so that's only going to maintain it at about 1. So yeah, the surge actually worked in our favor for once. Usually that leads to things spilling over, but this time it lets them take a refreshing dip in the swimming pool. I just wonder if we should consider making even one sluice up here. There's 4 days left of the drought. We might have time for that. Although the last time I demolished part of my dam, thinking we had enough time to build it, beavers did die. Can I learn from my mistakes? No, let's just go for it. At least no beavers are stranded this time. This won't strand the beavers, so I don't think it'll result in any deaths. It just, if they don't get it done, the worst thing that happens is our reservoir is not ready to catch water for the temperate cycle. So even putting that one sluice there, really to handle all of the potential flow, we would want 3, but even just 1 will help top it off for the swimming pools. Should work, I think. If there's an issue, we can build more. Let's see. We have more building projects going, and we have excess beavers. Some kits grew up. Let's get some more workers working. Do you think I'm going to want a small warehouse over here for dynamite? The only reason I'm not building it right over here is I do plan to use that area to expand our reservoir. Explosives, obtain. I want that built fairly quickly. All right, doing good. That is empty. We can go ahead and build this large tank. That will drastically increase our water storage capabilities. That should be good. Let's see. Okay, we can at least blow up this side. Boom. And more dynamite. Haven't finished over there yet. Let's see. It would be nice to have the double and triple dynamites, but we just don't have access to extract at the moment. And the only thing that's preventing us from having access to extract is mostly just labor and the limited uses of it at the moment. I do want to set this dam portion to high priority so that it's the next focus. I would like that filled in before the temperate cycle starts here. All right. Yeah. Why do I... Let's see. 6 kits, that's a decent chunk. But we're doing A-okay on food. We're doing pretty good on water. I would say we're even doing better on food than we are with water. So we don't need to worry about our population increasing too much. Do we need to plant any more crops? Are we running low on anything? I don't think so at the moment. Let's see. It is high time for that second engine. There we go. It will use up more logs, but we have plenty of logs. I just want to get enough power to get everything at full production. Part of the reason it's taking so long for these metal blocks is we're not operating at full capacity. Let's see, are there any well-being bonuses that we're close to? Life expectancy is 17. That would be another way to help our population increase. That should be something we should consider striving towards. If we can get our average well-being up to 17, we will have more. It will help our population increase with the life expectancy. Let's see, how do we want to increase our well-being? One of the other suggestions was to make bad water diversions at these sources so that even during the bad tide, this section of water doesn't become contaminated. That will definitely be something we're looking at in the future. It's just a matter of kind of getting over there, and without a big two-way network, it's pretty far away, so it would take a while to build. All right, we have no unemployed, so we're actually using the inventor huts again. Drought is almost over. Hey, and this is done. Auto open. Yeah, that should be good. It'll close if it's above 1.5. Sure. Wow, so many mangroves. I'm still surprised by how many mangroves we have there. Let's see how this fills up and gets our swimming pools going again. Okay, bad water's flowing again. That means these wheels will start turning. That'll help with our power needs. Large tank still needs more gears. Okay. We're flooding just a little bit. Turn that bad water pump back on. Because we are not full on bad water, and we will need that for explosives. All right, how are we doing on power? We have more than enough power. I think we can shut this off. Yeah, it's actually enough power. Sweet. Okay. We're kind of hurting on planks again. Maybe we should consider turning that back on. We're not pumping any water right now. We're gonna have to turn on some water pumps. We have a lot of spare room to fill. Let's pump closer over here for now. Okay. Water wheels are doing their job excellently. Let's see. Oh, we're short on labor again. I would like more builders. I would like more of a lot of things, but we just don't have the labor at the moment. Be nice to blow this up some more, because that is one way we can definitely increase our reservoir size, is by deepening it. Actually, I think it might be time for bridges. If we put a bridge here, it should be able to reach the rest of this little section. Build that path over here so they can access the bridge. But maybe it's time to move this pile, because that is where I want to expand the reservoir some. Empty that. Logs. Obtain. Actually, yeah, we can just delete it. It'll just drop the logs on the ground. That's not much different than emptying the warehouse. I guess the difference with that is that the builders have to pick it up instead of the haulers. So maybe that was less efficient, actually. Oh well. It's just logs. We have 1.7K logs. Let's see. If we unlock the 1x1 suspension bridge, we can actually have that be our path across. And then we don't need these platforms anymore. And then we can blow up below them. So that might very well be a good idea. Let's see. Although if we delete all of that, then we can't reach some of this other area. So maybe we wait just a moment. I want to blow that area up. Actually, let's delete these and we can replace that for building purposes. I gotta delete this path, and then we can have a suspension bridge across there as well. Let's see, we want it right there. Then we can reach every spot in that like section. There we go. That'll just help us keep building the dynamite below. Sweet. Let's see. Okay, so they can't, no path connected. But I built the, oh, I didn't put a path on top of the platform. Issue is fixed. All done. Sure, let's prioritize it by haulers. I like to have it prioritized just because that way we don't interrupt our power supply. But we actually have more than enough power than we need right now, which is also a good problem to have. I'll take it. And another drought is approaching. Let's try to get up our water stores some. Don't have a lot of labor to spare. But it is what it is. These might not be the best place to pump from because they don't have a small water tank near them anymore. So these might be better over here. It's kind of a horse apiece. Yeah, even without that engine on, we have enough power. And it looks like we are almost able to blow this up. The more we can blow this up before that drought hits, the better. The more water we have stored in our reservoir then. Let's see. Even with the 2 engines on the number cruncher, we're really not having problems with wood right now. We have such a large tree farm for what we need. Metal blocks are still just sluggishly coming in. All right, let's see. I think it's finally time to build that second smelter. Honestly, it was probably time a long time ago, but we just didn't have. We needed the explosive factory to be built to transfer the power over there. Okay, so we could have built power shafts, so that was a lame excuse. But we're getting it built now. We still have plenty of scrap. Yeah, this whole episode, metal blocks have been kind of our choke point. So we really should have worked on that smelter before the explosive factory. I was just so anxious to get explosives. These beaver statues would be real nice. But they cost 20 metal. This clock tower costs only 2 metal. That might be the way to go. We with us being short on metal, yeah, let's get the clocks. And I can't remember if the clock is +2 or +3. I know it's more than +1 morale. Just put that there. That's okay. Let's look. It is +2. Okay. And so is the beaver statue. So once we get both of those running, be great. We also have this brazier. Not entirely sure how to pronounce that. You guys know what I mean. The small campfire. Let's see. We can put one right there. And right... Sure, why not? Right here. I'd really like to get that average well-being up to 17 to help our population grow. And I forgot to explode these before the drought came. I can still do it now, but it would have been more useful earlier. That's just lower than some actually. We can just lower it entirely and it's at the same height as that then. We're going to switch pumping to over here to what I keep referring to as our bonus water. That was just a good side effect from keeping the bad water away from our mangroves. Let's see. Definitely need both of these engines running now without the water wheels turning. And by the fact that we have another smelter. We do want to make sure, however, that we don't get behind on medical beds. Because that will limit our productivity quite a bit if all of our big beavers are injured. Hey! We got an average well-being of 18, so 19 now, even above what we were shooting for. Maybe if we can get up to even a little higher, like 22 for the move speed bonus. Move speed would be real nice. So let's look at some other potential options for that. Let's see. What are we getting enough of? We're low on campfires. We're really low on rooftop terraces. We really should have another rooftop terrace somewhere up here. Rooftop terraces need to be on other buildings. Let's see. We could do here. Just kind of expand our second level shenanigans, or even up here. But then we would have to figure out a better stairway system. Let's see. Can we do just that? No, not really. Because then we don't have a place for the stairwell. So that definitely won't work. If we do it this way, we can have the stairs here. Now, can we build platforms above the breeding pods? Let's see. No, we cannot. How about double platforms? No, we cannot. Okay. So, with that in mind, let's see. How else can we get across here? We can build a double platform above a stairs, but there's still not really a good place for our stairs to reach that then. So that's still, I still want to try to get this 3 high. And now we're kind of committed. Our rooftop terrace is done. We just need to figure out access to it. What's going to be the best way to do this? Okay, here's something we could do. Let's see. Let's put in a single platform. Let's do some overhangs. Or a overhang. yeah, put that right there. Another platform. Let's see. And the last thing we'll need is a path. It's not the most efficient routing for our rooftop terrace. They do have to go quite a zigzagging path. But so be it for now, I guess. It should still help us get our rooftop terrace need up more consistently. Let's see, we have plenty of scrap still at the moment. I don't think this will be my permanent spot for like housing and everything, but right now it is a convenient spot for housing and wellness buildings. Should look at getting some more. Okay, this just costs planks and 10 metal. This exercise platform is just kind of a large building, but that will help our well-being quite a bit. Yeah, that might be the perfect spot for it. All right, connect that. Okay, let's get these scratchers too. They're very similar to like the contemplation spots for folktales, for the Iron Teeth equivalent, and they are my daughter's, like one of my daughter's favorite buildings. She just thinks it's funny while the beavers are utilizing them. She also likes the decontamination pods that the Iron Teeth have. And it just looks like they're having a fun little bath. I know I like getting my back scratched, so I can definitely relate to the Iron Teeth on that. Let's see. Dance hall is almost done. Or not dance hall, exercise plaza. All right, there's the back scratchers. Oh yeah, they're using. Let's slow that down. Maybe we could speed it up 2 times 2. Oh yeah. That just looks like it'd feel good on your back, to be honest. I can definitely see how that increases their happiness. I don't know how it makes them move faster, but I could see how it makes them happy. All right, we still got a little water here. We're still pumping our bonus water. And our deep bonus water? Question mark? Maybe. All right, let's blow up some more of this stuff. And kaboom. No sense having this bad water pump going when there's no bad water to pump. Maybe we do turn on this other lumber mill. Okay. We at least have plenty of food to grow our population. That's not a problem. We actually have more food than we need in a lot of ways. Canola oil is useful for some other stuff too, though. So I do want to build up a little bit of a stockpile of that. So I'm just going to plant a little bit more canola here. Yeah, so that just needs to be pressed here and we can store it in the tanks. Let's see. It's looking pretty good. This is a long drought. I don't think we're going to get through this whole drought. These clocks are going. Do we dare build beaver statues yet? No, we still don't have the iron or metal. Looks like we're missing a brazier though. So let's go ahead and put one of those right here. I'll get that last building taken care of. Beaver statues are on the menu, but we just don't have the metal blocks for them quite yet. They're on the horizon. Let's see. Okay, so water's all out of here. Let's resume pumping over here. That is keeping our swimming pools up and functioning. Up and running, probably not the best word. Up and swimming, perhaps. Let's lower this level first, and then we can get it all the same level. Oh, missed the dynamite there. So we can start expanding our reservoir this way. It would be nice to have that double and triple dynamite right now. We just don't have the extract though. Let's see. Hey, well-being of 20. Just for a second. Oh, that rooftop terrace does not. We're not having enough time to get to that still. Let's see. Let's see. Let's kind of take a look at the map a little. Plenty of food over here. Plenty of trees. And let's see. I think maybe what we should be doing is maybe we need to build more of the food types for our well-being. There's no sense unlock. No, it doesn't make sense to unlock that until we have the extract going. It's almost a nice spot right there for it, next to the bad water, but it's a 3x3 building. We still don't really have a. We could unlock this and place it there. We would need to get power to it. I do think I want to get this bad water discharge sometime soon. And then up top near this bad water source is going to be where we're going to move our industrial sector. Trying to take a look at what needs the treated planks. It doesn't look like a lot that we're waiting for needs the treated planks. Bot stuff does need some. And the efficient mine, of course, needs treated planks. And it'll keep turning treated planks into scrap. Let's see. Some of the higher well-being buildings need it too. But yeah, I do think over here, once we get a bad water discharge, we'll get a power system set up using that flowing bad water. And then we'll put the industrial sector, instead of here, we'll move it maybe a little bit more near the bad water source. That would just make a lot of sense to me anyway. We are finally starting to build up a little bit of metals. We have all this scrap here still. Before I can really move that industrial sector over here, we're going to want a lot of that scrap cleared out. We are going to build something to help produce power over here with wheels with this bad water source. Just not quite sure how I want to build it quite yet. Let's see. Either way, it's going to be, we're going to want to do some terraforming up there and some building up of a maybe a different path for our bad water to go through. While we're building it, it would be nice for it to go through our current water wheels. But I think eventually it might go off the map a different way. We have spare labor. Let's pump some more water. Let's see. So yeah, we should probably get the food factory going for other wellness bonuses, but you can see that while corn doesn't require canola oil, eggplant and algae rations do require canola oil, which is why I planted a little bit extra canola oil to start building some stockpile. Should also look at the coffee brewery at some point here soon. Hydroponic gardens is also something to look at. They can get us mushrooms and algae, but they do require quite a bit of water, so maybe not until we get this reservoir a little bit more expanded a little bit more and have water really situated. I do think right here is going to be our future industrial sector. We just need to build this up. That'll be a good plan for next time, or a good general goal we're working on. This episode kind of felt a little aimless, but our goals were getting wellness up. Could maybe use these large power wheels, or that's only a flow of 2, so we could keep it a 1 wide channel and use just the compact water wheels. They don't take up as much room vertically as the large water wheels. So if we zigzag our power generation, we can actually fit more of the compact water wheels than if we had the large water wheels. You know that this discharge, we have access to all the materials for that. It's just it needs a lot of them. So if we start building up some metal blocks, some explosives, and some gears, we do have a decent shot at building this at some point soon. Okay. Yeah, we just need to... I really think moving the industrial sector over here is going to be very helpful. We'll have more room to lay it out more efficiently. Yeah, it's going to definitely be a goal for next episode. This episode is getting quite long. I knew we weren't going to get through this drought, but I kind of ended up rambling through half of it. Let's go ahead and blow this up. Perfect. Although those paths look kind of funny. We don't want to blow up that path quite yet just because we need that bridge still. All right. This is probably a good place to end it. If you watch this whole video, thank you so much. It helps me a lot. I appreciate you. If you liked it, make sure you like and subscribe. That will help me greatly. Let's see. Oh, no, I keep getting distracted. That's probably just a good place to end it. So I will yeah, like I said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I will keep making these, and I hope you are enjoying them as much as I am enjoying making them. Plan for next time is going to be try to get ready to clear this out for an industrial sector and also build up our reservoir some. Yeah, thanks again for watching this, and I will see you next time.